Most respected Thai, dear Sangha, dear children, today is the 26th of September, August, 26th of August in the year 2017, and we are in Starbridge on the third day of our retreat for 3 generations, or 4, I don't know how many. And today is my turn to talk, and to talk to the children about pebbles and other things. These are pebbles. I don't know if the children know how old the planet Earth is. This planet which we are sitting on now, if you know how old it is. Do you know? No. Well, if you read in the history books, or the prehistory books, they will tell you that planet Earth is 4.5 billion years old. And a billion is 1,000 million. So it's very difficult for us to think how long that is. It's so long. It's such a long, long time. And the next question I want to ask you is, how old are these pebbles? They were there right in the beginning, but they weren't there in this kind of form. They weren't in this form. They were in a different, they looked different. They didn't look the same as this.
Yeah, because there were comets, I think.
They were so hot that they were like a fireball. The earth was like a fireball. And then, over 1 billion years, the earth managed to cool down. And when the earth cooled down, then we start to have, they're no longer melting. They get hard. So these pebbles, they could be very, very old. Much, much older than any of our human species. So when we hold a pebble in our hand, we're holding something that's been there for a very long, long time. And it can help us to concentrate. So when I do the pebble meditation, I put the pebble on my hand here. You see where this finger and this finger are joined? There's a place here. I put my pebble there, and I put my thumb on top in my left hand, and I put my left hand on top of my right hand. And I have 4 more pebbles here, and I would like to ask 4 children to try to do that. Would you like to try? No. Would you like to try? Thank you. And can you give the 3 other pebbles to 3 other children? And maybe to 1 little girl, so they aren't all boys. Can you give to a little girl? Yeah. So you take your left hand. You put at the bottom of the root of your ring finger and your little finger, you put your thumb on top, and then you put your left hand inside your right hand. It's okay? You close your eyes, and you breathe in and breathe out. And you smile. Can you smile? Thank you. It's good. Now you know the experience. So after this, you can find a pebble for yourself. Thank you. You can find a pebble for yourself. You can keep it in a little bag, or you can keep it in your pocket. And whenever you need, you can take it out. And you can feel, now I can breathe and I can come back to myself and take care of myself. So the next thing I want us to look at is I want us to look at the flower. The flowers. And I ask you, do you know how long the flowers have been around? How many millions of years? How many thousands of years? Do you have any idea how long flowers have been on our planet Earth? They weren't there in the beginning. They weren't there 3 billion years ago. They weren't even there 2 billion years ago. Do you know how long?
3,000 years ago.
No, more, much more. 125 million years ago, the first flowers appeared on the earth. It's a very long time. So the flower has been around for a long, long time. And now I have another question for you. We human beings, you know what we are called in Latin, what we call the human species? Yes. What?
Homo sapiens.
Yeah, Homo sapiens. That is our name. And that is the name of a species. And do you know how old Homo sapiens is? How long Homo sapiens has been on the earth? Does anybody know? Is it as long as the flower? Yes.
21,000 years. Yeah.
100,000. Homo sapiens has been on the earth 100,000 years. So the flower is much, much older than Homo sapiens. And all of us sitting here, Homo sapiens, today we are going to meditate on being a flower. So we know that the flower was there before us. So if the flower hadn't been there, would we be here? If there had never been flowers on the earth, would we be here? Yes. No, we wouldn't be here, because from the flower, what do you get? You get the, you get the fruit also. You get the fruit, you get the oxygen, it's true. We get the oxygen. We get the fruit. We couldn't be here if the flower hadn't been here first. So in us there is a flower. And when you breathe in and you say, I am a flower, and you breathe out and you say, I feel fresh, you're not pretending. You don't have to pretend to be a flower, because you really are a flower. You have a flower, it's part of you. So this is how we do the meditation. Breathing in, I'm a flower. Breathing out, I feel fresh. And to do that, you can have a pebble to help you. So, who would like to come and sit up here and be a flower? So we need 4 flowers. 2 girls and 2 boys. You can sit in a row here, 2 boys.
Okay.
And you can sit cross-legged, and 1 more girl. Can we cross our legs also, do you think? All right, 1 pebble for each. Who doesn't have a pebble? Put in your left hand. Okay. So Sister Thủy Nghiêm, Sister Water, who's sitting at the bell, water is also very old. When the earth cooled down, what happened? There was a lot of water, and it rained for thousands and thousands of years until we have the ocean filled up with water. So now these children are going to be flower, but all the children are going to be a flower. I'm sorry I didn't bring enough pebble for everyone. So when Sister Water invites the bell, we are all going to be the flower that is already in us. Can we do that? Can we be a flower? And so when you on the camera, the film, we'll see 5 flowers sitting up here. When we hear the bell. Breathing in, I am a flower. Breathing out, I am fresh. Very good practice. Remember to hold your pebble so it doesn't fall. So, then we have to ask, when were the first mountains? Very early on, maybe 3 billion years ago, the first mountain. So all of us, we have a mountain inside of us. So we don't need to pretend to be a mountain. We can be a mountain. So now the 2 girls will give their pebble to 2 more girls, and 2 boys give their pebble to 2 more boys. And then they come up and be mountain for us. He doesn't want, We need to have 4 mountains. You can come up that side. Yeah. And 2 girls who can be mountains. You can come and sit here. Are you okay? Okay. So when we are mountain, nobody can push us over, okay? The wind can blow, but we won't, the rain can fall, but we're still solid, unmovable. So please, you don't need to pretend, you can just be a mountain. When you hear the sound of the bell, breathe in and out, feel the pebble in your left hand, hold it firmly, and be a mountain. Breathing in, I'm a mountain. Breathing out, I'm solid. Mountain, solid. So thank you. We need people in the world today who are like mountain, who are solid. So we're very grateful if the children can be like that. So now you give your pebble to someone to be water. So maybe Sister Water can tell us a little bit about water. Tell us what it's... She's called Sister Water. She must know what it's like to be water. So she doesn't need to say, we just have to look at her and ask her. Sister Water, what does it feel like to be water? She said that if the water is calm, very still, then the trees around the water, you can see them reflected in the water. So when you are like very still water, then you become like a mirror, and everything can be reflected in you. And when you look in the mirror and you look angry, the mirror looks back at you angry. When you look in the mirror and you smile, the mirror smiles back to you. So we have to be very still in order to be a mirror. And when we are a mirror, we don't react. Somebody is angry with us, but we just keep still. So when we hear the bell, we will be water. Water that's very still and reflect everything. And if you need to close your eyes, you can close your eyes. The water, the world, it needs people who can be like still water. So thank you very much, dear children. Please give your pebble to somebody who's not been up yet, who can be space. You have a lot of space in you, and we always have space around us. Who feel that they can be like space? You have a pebble? Two more. Can you feel really a lot of space inside? Who feel they have space inside of them? No. I think a boy with the fair hair, with a blue shirt. You look like you have space. Blue, oxygen, oxygen is blue. You don't have to. Someone else? Okay, would you like to ask your mum if she would like to come up and be space? And even if you are too shy to come up and be space up here, you can be space down there. We have a lot of space in us, a lot of space in our body. You know, if you took all the space out of your body, you would be so tiny, we could hardly see you. So between all your cells, there's a little bit of space. So there's a lot of space. And because there's so much space in your body, there's space in your mind. And you can feel that space going out and out like that. So when we hear the sound of the bell, we are going to feel that wonderful space in us and around us. Breathing in, I am space. Breathing out, I'm so free. So, dear Sangha, our world really needs people who have space inside of them. Because when you have space inside of you, you can give other people space around you. So sometimes you may say to somebody, "Oh, please give me more space. I feel that you don't let me be myself, so please give me more space." And if you have a lot of space in you, you will be able to give the other person the space that they need. And then when you grow up and you have a partner or you have children, then you feel space in you and you can give your partner space and give your children space too. So thank you very much for your wonderful practice. You can keep your pebble if you like, or you can give it back. Or you can find your own pebble. The reason why this pebble is that the right one? The reason why it's round like this is because the weather, the rain and the water have made it soft and round like that. So, dear children, when you hear the sound of the small bell, please stand up, and then you will hear another sound of the bell, and you will turn around and you will bow to say thank you to your parents, your grandparents.